In this video, we're going to focus on the esophagus and look at the histology. And we're looking at the slide and focusing on the 4 layers. And if we review as we go through the digestive tract from the esophagus out through the rectum, it's lined with 4 layers. And where the food touches initially, we call that tunica mucosa because we tend to see mucus secreted there. Below that, submucosa because it's sub, the mucosa. And then we get into our muscularis externa, which typically is a circular and a longitudinal layer. We have 1 extra layer in the stomach, which we call the oblique. And then the outside of the esophagus, the outside of the tube, we call tunica or the adventitia. When we go through stomach, small intestine, and large intestine is referred to as tunica serosa. And then the rectum varies depending on which part we're looking at, can be serosa and adventitia. So serosa is referring to that it's secreting more for a different purpose as we go through stomach, small intestine, large intestine. As we look at the esophagus and focus on the 4 layers, I had a previous video that broke it down when we covered the small intestine because we typically start by explaining the layers using the small intestine and try to distinguish between the different organs as we go through them. What's unique to the esophagus is looking at the inner layer, which we call stratified squamous epithelium. So that stratified squamous epithelium is unique to the esophagus. When we go through stomach, small intestine, large intestine, then the rectum, it's lined with simple columnar epithelium. The structure creates the function. It's stratified in the esophagus, meaning 2+ layers, so multiple layers of cells, and we typically use that for protection. As I swallow food and I eat potato chips to make sure I'm protecting that inner lining of the esophagus. So when we have that squamous tissue, that's our thin flat cells. But when we get into stomach, large intestine, small intestine, we have columnar cells, which gives me more room for complex chemical reactions. So we'll look at the difference with mostly the mucosa for the esophagus. And remember, the esophagus is roughly about 10 inches long, and it can be broken down into 3 regions where the neck is at the cervical region as I go through the chest, the thoracic region, then when I get down to the abdominal region. So 3 regions. But as we open it up and look at it from a histology perspective, I got 2 views here, and we go inside the lumen or the hole to where we have the food that would start to pass down, refer to that as the bolus, but that will eventually expand. So the esophagus is posterior to the trachea. The trachea holds its shape so I can continuously breathe because I'm relying on that more than food. But when I eat, that esophagus is going to expand. So you can see almost has like a squished appearance to it, but as I add the food and drink, this will open up and allow for that expansion. So as we look inside, the lining of the actual tissue here where the food is going to touch, all of this is stratified squamous epithelium. So when I look at this dark purple layer here, stratified squamous epithelium. Again, that purple ribbon, it's what's unique to the esophagus. So as you're studying and trying to view the different histology slides for the different organs, that's how I find the unique piece to it to start of what makes this, okay, this is the esophagus, because the other organs as I go through the digestive tract don't have stratified squamous epithelium. They have simple columnar epithelium. So I've labeled this as M, meaning the mucosa layer. What we got to remember is mucosa can be the most difficult because it's got 3 types of tissues. It's got epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and muscle tissue. So I started by explaining just this purple ribbon, this lining, is all of my stratified squamous epithelium. Deep to that is connective tissue. As you study anatomy, you start to see the same things occur through different parts of the body. When you cover the integumentary system and you look at the epidermis to the dermis, the epidermis is epithelial tissue, deep to it is connective tissue. The body tends to repeat itself on how it's designed. So as I go deep to that and I see this pinker layer here, so I just see a change in appearance right after that dark line, this is all my connective tissue. And that loose connective tissue is called the lamina propria. Lamina propria. And then I go further deep and I can see a little bit of a spotting, almost like I stamped down muscle tissue. And this is what's unique to the esophagus. Now, they all have muscularis mucosae as they go through the digestive tract, but it's usually a thin, straight lining in the other organs. When I look at the esophagus, you can see like a spot here, a spot here, a spot here. It looks like it's been stamped down. This is all muscularis mucosae, and this is smooth muscle. So in review, just when we think about tunica mucosa, tunic meaning layer, mucosa is 3 layers in itself. It's got an epithelial layer. That's my stratified squamous epithelium. I go deep to that, and I have my connective tissue, my loose connective tissue. That's my lamina propria. And then my smooth muscle, which we call muscularis mucosae. And that muscularis mucosae is to help guide the overall movement of mucosa because it is a muscle. I don't have control over it. We have 3 types of muscle in the body: smooth, cardiac, and skeletal. This is not connected to my bones, not skeletal. This is not my heart. So this is smooth muscle, something I don't have control over. So all of that is just looking at mucosa, and mucosa referring to that there's going to be mucus here to line some of it. So this is a lower magnification, but I can see that dark purple of my stratified squamous epithelium. As I go just deep to that, that is my lamina propria. And then it's harder to see on that slide here, but the stamping that goes around is all of my muscularis mucosae. So once I'm done with mucosa, I enter into submucosa. So this is connective tissue. Depending on the organ, we will see different structures, but I see a lot of blood supply to help provide that to my epithelial tissue. So I have submucosa referring to the S. So everything past my muscularis mucosae, this is all submucosa, which is primarily connective tissue. Submucosa. And then I get into my muscularis externa, 2 layers, C for circular, L for longitudinal. So my inner layer, this is all circular. And you can see a division right about at that point here. So when I look at the muscularis externa, 2 layers when we talk about the esophagus, the inner circular, and then the outer longitudinal. So I have what's a muscle that's going to circle the actual tube of the esophagus. Longitudinal, because it's referring that it's running down the length. So they complement each other. So we still have the propulsion to move the food down those 10 inches to finally get to the stomach. So as I look at the outer region, the A is referring to adventitia. So tunica adventitia is that connective tissue that wraps around it to help bind to the structures around it. But that's my outer layer. Once I move on to the stomach, now that becomes tunica serosa. The structure creates a function. It changes, but still the outside layer. So in review, tunica mucosa, number 1. 2 is submucosa. 3 is muscular externa. And then my adventitia is my 4th outer layer. Remember, when we look at mucosa, 3 types of tissue: epithelial, connective, and then my smooth muscle. So epithelial, loose, connective, and my smooth muscle. And then when I get into my muscularis externa, I have circular and longitudinal. How do I identify this unique to other organs? I did another video on small intestine. They look like fingers to me, which are the villi. When I look at the esophagus, we'll get into gastric glands. When we look at large intestine, you see a lot of goblet cells that are secreting more mucus in the large intestine. Those are unique to the organs. When I look at the esophagus, the lining stratified squamous epithelium. So this is a focus of histology, looking at what the differences are, but still focusing on our 4 layers. This is the esophagus.